Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is the second video for today.
But first, a word from our new sponsors. Hey guys, I have a new life hack for you guys, especially if you are a frequent traveler. And that is Saily, the eSIM app. It's brand new. Check this out. In fact, Alex just recently used this on his trip.
It saved me a ton of money. Upgrading my plan to be international would have cost me like 30, 40 bucks. And then someone else's plan was going to cost $12 a day.
Yeah.
And so it saves me so much money over the course of my trip.
With Saily, you just download it once. It's an eSIM card. You don't have to swap out your eSIM card when you get to the new country or wait in big lines at the airport or potentially be scammed. No, it's always there, and you're never going to run out of data.
We like saving you guys money. Stay connected, save some time, and 24/7 support.
Right now, get 15% off with our code and link down below. All you got to do is download the app, click that link below, use code AngryJoeShow, and you'll have it. Scan the code right now on screen is another way to download it really quickly to your app. So we hope you find that useful, especially if you guys travel a lot. And thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the video. Check it out.
Guys, if you live in Europe or you travel a lot, some eSIMs are something that you're probably really familiar with. When you travel, though, the places selling them charge like $100 for not a lot of. This is a much better deal. Yep. Saves you a ton of money.
Yeah, check it out. Links down below. Our Dragon Age Veilguard review is up. Go check that out if you haven't already. And a lot of content this week coming. There's like Skeleton Crew coming out early. You know, the latest episode of Dune Prophecy was a huge disappointment. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we're going to wait for another episode to do a review.
You didn't like it?
No.
Oh, then.
You guys are right. It's starting to fall apart. If y'all didn't like the previous two, shit, I don't know if you're going to like that one. And it sucks because I was enjoying the first two. But hopefully that'll be the last little stupid bit, and then we move on to good. There's only 6 episodes in that Dune one.
That's not good.
Yeah, I know. It's not good. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of video games coming out. I think Delta Force is coming out.
I'm ready
Path
for this
of
Friday.
Exile, Marvel Rivals, Indiana Jones right around the corner. So we got a lot coming to you. We filmed a Warhammer Wednesday with Wargamer Girl crossover there. We'll throw that up on Wednesday. And yeah, lots of stuff coming, so stay tuned for that. And Alex, what the hell else has been going on in gaming news part 2?
Post Malone. We talked about him last week and him loving Hunt Showdown.
That was your favorite game.
No, I think the game's fine. I think the people
it's Alex's favorite game.
People in chat who type about it are unstable.
Keep typing in chat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
But yeah. So he talked about having 400 hours in the game, and he thinks it's wonderful. Turned out it was just big advertisement. He's actually the main character in their new season, where he is a cursed circus ringmaster, which sounds actually really cool. There's a new bad guy, Death Bear. Ursa Mortis, and so it's one of the biggest seasons. I think it's the biggest season they've ever had. It's coming sometime soon.
Sometime soon. You don't have a date.
There's no date.
I will return.
And
we
so
shall
will
return.
Alex.
And
Finally.
so will Alex.
Yeah.
And he shall lead the charge, and we will win and extract many, many times after we kill Post Malone's circus character.
Yeah, Ghostface is in there for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then also beat up Ghostface.
Yeah.
Unless I have to pay for it, and in that case, I will not beat up Ghostface.
Yeah, you gotta. A lot of the things you're going to have to.
Licensed, yeah, you probably have to pay. If you want the Ghostface stuff.
Yeah.
Skin.
They don't do that stuff for free. Riot Games, who is where League of Legends and all of that other stuff comes from, based on the success of Arcane, has said that there are 3 more League of Legends shows that are on the way. The first has been in pre-production for around a year, so they've already been working on it.
But obviously, it's not going to be the same art style, right?
Yeah.
We did confirm that.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily going to be a different art style. Someone could try to emulate it. But if it's a new studio, you're probably right that it's probably someone like, I'm going to do my own thing. And it could be just as good.
Yeah, it was expensive to do something like that, though.
Yeah. So Fortiche will be involved in some of them. So Fortiche is once again creating the shows.
Fortiche, like they bought Fortiche, and they got a big stake in Fortiche now. So that they're gonna make them do what they want.
Yeah, and so it's exciting to see. They also one of the co-creators kind of mimicked or kind of echoed some of the things that we and a lot of other people had issues with. Said they felt that the Victor and Jace storyline was unresolved to a certain degree, but they weren't quite given the time to explore it. Like things weren't fleshed out as much as they wanted to.
As well.
Okay, yeah, rushed.
We felt it as well.
There's a resolution, but it was rushed.
Yeah, and so but they've also said that, like, look, we had incredible budgets, and we are always rushed as a creative, so it's kind of trying to defend the process. But even if you're coming out that much and saying everyone felt that you were rushed, it looks like you crammed.
Yeah, because they did mention some constraints that Netflix put on them, like, the sex scene and this and that.
Can't show nipples.
And, they were trying to save face and be like, hey, look, every series has constraints and limitations. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But when you're spending that much money, and when, you're one of the most critically successful ones, you should get a little leeway to, kind of do what you want or grab an extra episode or show a little nipple if you want to.
Little nipple, little another episode.
No, because
would have fixed it, I guess. No,
I wouldn't have fixed it. But
it was just awkward.
It's a show for kids.
It didn't need it.
Yeah, I mean, they want to make everything accessible to kids because kids buy stuff.
Yeah,
and including
kids get their parents to buy stuff.
Yeah, people playing League of Legends, whether you're an adult or not, often children. Speaking of Riot, they have said that Vanguard, their anti-cheat, is so good, is so uncrackable that they will give you $100,000 for anyone brilliant enough to report gaps in the system.
Challenge accepted. I'm just going to walk near it and I'll break it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put OJ in proximity and the thing will stop working. And I said, that doesn't count because you didn't find an exploit. Our system just for some reason stopped working.
That's not my fault. I did it.
You did. They better pay $100,000.
I don't know what it is. It's just electronics hate me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
I pick up my feet, Alex.
You do not pick up your feet when you walk.
Yes,
so
I do.
In the summer and springtime when the winds pick up, the only person on the offense that's shocking himself at all times is him.
I'm high stepping everywhere.
You are not. You are not. Your legs do not have the reach to high step.
He's like a small Asian woman.
With bound feet?
Yeah, that's what Joe does when he walks.
Lies.
We're just making a new thing now, Joe.
Those slow-mos of the Flash running and there's sparks everywhere?
Do not resist. Stop resisting.
That's you. So
high step everywhere I go now. I installed rubber everywhere.
Goose stepping.
Rubber pants. Rubber underwear.
Rubber bed sheets.
Yep.
All that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we've talked a lot about in the news overall this week that people are still working on the games that they put out. Sometimes they're bad games that make good. Sometimes they're good games, great games that made even better, and that's what this story is about. Baldur's Gate 3 is adding 12 new subclasses to the game. I mean, the game already has insane replayability, really important decision we talked about in the Veilguard review where
I killed everyone in the village.
Yeah, you can kill everyone in order to seduce the dark elf muscle mommy, and then you can also just Karlach, one of everyone's fan favorites. Like, oh, you don't want it? You just cut her head off and like parade it around. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff in the game, and they're adding even more updates. There's a ton of mods. And so all sorts of things. So new subclasses. Bard gets College of Glamour. That's OJ. A support subclass that heals allies and commands enemies. Path of Giants for Barbarians. So you're a burly beefcake, also OJ, that uses your rage to grow in both size and strength, which is the only way you're going to be able to pick your feet up off the goddamn ground. Let's see. There's Death Domain for Clerics. Circle of Stars. Paladin gets Oath of the Crown, Arcane Archer, Drunken Master, Ranger gets Swarm Keeper if you want to command bees.
Okay.
That sounds...
I like commanding bees.
Yeah, summon swarms of moth and jellyfish too. All sorts of really goofy stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the bard and see if I can mod my Keytar into it.
What about swashbuckler? Because now you can be a swashbuckler rogue instead of being a...
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
can
like
do that.
they're adding all these things. It's like, oh, dude, I want to do a pirate playthrough. Oh, man, I want to do a giant playthrough. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to attack people with bees. And
So
it's
yeah, you want to have fun, play that again instead of Dragon Age.
like Dragon Age Veilguard.
Veilguard.
Yeah,
No bueno.
exactly. So there's even more.
When
stuff.
is that?
So this is the date. I think it's out now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So this is really good stuff. Enjoy your replays and
Yes.
give Larian a ton of credit because they've kind of, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 being so good definitely did Veilguard knocked it down a little bit just by comparison. But that
Yeah.
game was already bad, so it did get better. All right. You had a couple ones you want to talk about?
Yeah, so CD Projekt Red wants to be more careful about marketing after they fucked up.
Oh, they
with,
lied to us?
Cyberpunk 2077.
They said coming out when it's ready.
They said my
Yeah.
characters would have faces, Joe.
Yeah. The joint CEO of CD Projekt, Mikhail, said that he was going to be smarter in how we want to announce and kick off marketing campaigns in the future. To be honest, he said, when we were kicking off the marketing campaign officially with pre-orders, which was the Keanu on stage moment at E3, the plan was actually to launch roughly 1 year later. It just didn't really work. So we didn't really plan for a 2-year campaign, and I still think that 1 year would have been real fine in terms of time for a promotional campaign of that game, but that wouldn't have been fine because the game would have been even worse if it came out in 1 year. Anyways, the company said now with Witcher 4 in full production, it's not going to be revealing a bunch of stuff in a hurry as they had previously. So they're going to announce the date when they are really, really sure of it, quote unquote. And I think we have a much better tools now to be sure of that date, which we on a smaller scale proved to ourselves with Phantom Liberty.
When's it come out for PS4?
Yeah, I don't know. No PS4. There's no PS4 for that. Hopefully, please God, no. In other news, CD Projekt promises that Witcher 4 will not be smaller and it will not be worse than The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. So, Witcher 4 is bigger than Witcher 3, and Witcher 4 is not worse than Cyberpunk 2077, at least in terms of is it ready. So they switched, if you didn't know this, they switched from the internally developed Red engine and they went over to Unreal Engine 5 for this Witcher 4, which is finally in full production as they announced during its Q3 financial update. So how has that transition been? I will say it's not easy, he said. Vice President of Technology, Charles Tremblay, he said, but I think we have some cool stuff going, and hopefully that we'll have some good stuff to showcase. The only thing I will say is that changing the tech for us does not change the fact that we will always be ambitious. So, they did a lot. Part of the stuff that led to all the problems with the or the Red engine in Cyberpunk 2077 is how ambitious they wanted to be. They wanted to add this, and they had to make sure their engine can handle it and do stuff with the engine. So, since it was it's not an excuse, but an internally developed engine. But now they have an engine that they can get support from Unreal and all these other places that are also contributing to the engine, and then push the engine forward in certain ways of their own.
Well, they're not bottlenecked by technology from ancient consoles that shouldn't be running the game anyway. I mean, that was ultimately the biggest problem with the launch of Cyberpunk is they
But
had
it got
to.
us some good skits.
It did, but I mean, it had to run on a PS4. It had to run on an old Xbox, and it just couldn't.
Yeah.
They were too ambitious for that.
Well, now that they're no longer constrained by that, as far as I know, Tremblay went on to declare that Project Polaris, which I think is Witcher 4, currently being worked on by 400 of their 650 strong staff. It would be bigger and better than anything. He says, quote, the next game we do will not be smaller. It will not be worse. So it will be better, bigger, greater than Witcher 3, and it will be better than Cyberpunk, because for us, it's unacceptable to launch that way. We don't want to go back.
Good. Witcher 3 was a large game, and then it turned into a huge game with its DLCs. Now, I don't expect it to come out to
Like
be
that,
bigger than like The Witcher 3 plus its DLCs and be, filled with stuff. I mean, if there's empty countryside, then that doesn't count.
And we do know that Geralt's voice actor, Doug Cockle, is returning. Geralt won't be the main character in the game, but you'll at least
I still want
get to see him.
to be the Witcher.
I want to be the Witcher.
That'd be great. It's like,
what do you
hey,
mean?
you could customize yourself.
Yes, that's what we want. If we don't get that and
You're
we're
the new
saddled with
Witcher.
another Geralt that's not as good as Geralt, then I don't give a shit.
You're gonna be.
I mean, I'll play it, but I'm going to be upset.
You're gonna be Barry, the Witcher.
Create his own Witcher.
It's like this
OJ.
guy. It's like, I'll be the worst Witcher ever, but
Lord Two
you
Shanks.
have heard of me. It's like, oh, you're the worst.
Yeah, you're the
Me
one
too.
who's afraid of snakes and spiders
Ghosts.
and clowns and ghosts
Yes.
and
And the only Witcher with pink hair.
oh yeah.
No,
Creation.
they should not allow that. You must have white hair. We'll see.
You could die.
Yeah, some of them don't have white hair.
Yeah.
You don't have to have white hair.
But that'd be fun.
But don't have pink hair, please.
That'd be fun.
If you can create your Witcher, which I don't think this is a feature in the game.
He always
Unless
makes
I
the-
go and start
But that's
emailing
the
them and
fun
harassing
part.
them.
That's the fun part. Creating
the dumbest
some
looking character.
monstrosity.
I better start reconnecting with them because I haven't talked to them in forever. But harass them.
Yeah.
Or get a good explanation as to why we're not getting that. All right,
That
well,
would be great.
that is what I got for that. But in a related story, because this has to do with GOG, and if you don't know, CD Projekt Red also owns GOG. Guess what? Our friendly local Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, is delisting the original Warcrafts from GOG.
I got my original CDs. I'm fine.
But I bought them.
Yeah, well, here's the good part of the story,
Okay.
Joe. GOG says we're going to preserve them forever anyway. And they actually hand out a discount, and they announce a new policy for its preservation program to boot. They said, well, yeah, they're going to delist them. So Blizzard has acted swiftly to put an end to the scourge of people not spending $40 on its recent remasters of Warcraft 1 and 2, because that's bundled in with the other remake there. So they're delisting the original versions from GOG, ensuring that no customer can accidentally pick up the DRM-free classic editions
Get
of
it
those
now.
games for $15 when they could be spending $40 on Blizzard's store,
I got a good
right?
deal on mine. I bought them.
Well, Warcraft 1 and 2, I bought them already too, will leave GOG December 13th. So you have 11 days. And that's exactly 1 month after Blizzard announced that surprise drop remaster of the games. But if you already own the games or buy them before the 13th, you will not lose access.
Bam.
GOG is launching Make Warcraft Live Forever, discount code that you can use to knock off the price of the bundle. And
Fuck
if
you,
you
Sleep.
pick it up, and basically you'll always have access to it on their service. DRM free in their original format. Best optimized for you to be able to play.
It's hard to make the old files work.
Yeah,
without
on modern computers.
Yeah,
so that
it's
is
really
done for
good
you.
that you can get it done that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. So props to GOG, basically, and they promise to keep maintaining Warcraft in perpetuity for anyone who picks it up, for modern systems as things change. That's a part of its GOG preservation program. It will use its own developers to keep a selected list of golden oldies running on modern hardware for generations and generations to come. So I just really like we've visited GOG's offices before. We've visited CD Projekt Red. There's a lot of really passionate people that care about PC gaming, gaming in general, and doing the right thing and doing right by customers. DRM free stuff. It's fucking great. So if you haven't,
Pick it up. $15.
pick it up.
And you can have it.
Yeah, let's see. Well, they got
it's
some
gone.
other stuff over there. I think they have Alpha Protocol over there.
They got
Holy
Heroes of Might and
shit.
Magic 3, which
That's
is
an
the
old
good
RPG.
version because the Steam version won't let you do the mod.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Dominion Storm Over Gift 3 from like I think Ion Storm Studios. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but it was this little RTS that if you left your infantry, idle, they would move into formation and start doing jumping jacks. It was really fun, and it had one of the best soundtracks. So much so that I burned a CD in my car when I was a younger teenager and drive around listening.
Burn
to
CDs?
Storm
What is
over
that?
Dominion Storm Over Gift 3. Look it up. That I want on GOG. It's not there, and I think it bombed, and I don't know if we'll ever get it because who knows who has the original.
It's the kind of game that can run on your refrigerator now. Because
you actually have to go and buy probably an old ass computer to try to get it to work.
Yeah, compatibility.
Or maybe there's
mode is
some
rough.
passionate fans that have done something on it. But that's what GOG is for. So they have this cool list where you can request games for them to go and look. So GOG, please. For all the positive things we just said, it's Dominion Storm Over
That's
Gift
one of the
3.
better ones.
yeah, there's dozens of people
As
are fans of that
opposed
game.
to
Dozens.
2K launcher.
All 12 people will buy that game,
Yeah.
including me. I'll be for those copies.
They'll definitely make their money. Are you sure it's not freeware? You can't find it online anywhere?
I don't know. As far as pirating goes,
No, I mean
don't
freeware. Just like it's
know. No,
because-
it's not freeware.
Someone can find it. Bam,
I'm sure
it's on
it's-
you.
yeah.
Find it.
Yeah, but no, I want an official release so I can support at GOG. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's all I've got. So, Alex.
Yeah, thank you so much to our sponsors. The Saily came to us. They're the Surfshark family.
Perfect
they know
time for
people.
traveling time.
Yeah, if you're traveling, and if you just live in an area where mobile data is crazy expensive. I know my unlimited plan went up, so this is a great way for you to temporarily.
I
get a
have
hold
gone
on
to
it.
multiple countries. It's been an issue, so I was like, yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
So if that's you, click the links down below to help you out and help you travel. And thank you so much. And we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.